Book 3, Chapter 11. That one who has to contend with many, though he be weaker than they, will prevail if he can withstand their first onset. The power exercised in Rome by the tribunes of the people was great, and, as I have repeatedly explained, was necessary, since otherwise there would have been no check on the ambition of the nobles, and the commonwealth must have grown corrupted far sooner than it did. But because, as I have said elsewhere, there is in everything a latent evil peculiar to it, giving rise to new mischances, it becomes necessary to provide against these by new ordinances. The authority of the tribunes, therefore, being insolently asserted, so as to become formidable to the nobility and to the entire city, disorders dangerous to the liberty of the state must thence have resulted, had not a method been devised by Appius Claudius for controlling the ambition of the tribunes. This was, to secure that there should always be one of their number, timid or venal, or else a lover of the general good, who could be influenced to oppose the rest whenever these sought to pass any measure contrary to the wishes of the Senate. This remedy was a great restraint on the excessive authority of the tribunes, and, on many occasions, proved serviceable to Rome. I am led by this circumstance to remark that when many powerful persons are united against one, who, although no match for the others collectively, is also powerful, the chances are more in favor of this single and less powerful person than of the many who together are much stronger. For setting aside an infinity of accidents which can be turned to better account by one than by many, it will always happen that, by exercising a little dexterity, the one will be able to divide the many, and weaken the force which was strong while it was united. In proof whereof, I shall not refer to ancient examples, though many such might be cited, but content myself with certain modern instances taken from the events of our own times. In the year 1484, all Italy combined against the Venetians, who, finding their position desperate, and being unable to keep their army any longer in the field, bribed Signor Lodovico, who then governed Milan, and so succeeded in effecting a settlement whereby they not only recovered the towns they had lost, but also obtained for themselves a part of the territories of Ferrara, so that those were by peace the gainers, who in war had been the losers. Not many years ago, the whole world was banded together against France, but before the war came to a close, Spain, breaking with the Confederates and entering into a separate treaty with France, the other members of the League also were presently forced to make terms. Wherefore, we may always assume that when we see a war set on foot by many against one, that this one, if he have strength to withstand the first shock, and can temporize and wait his opportunity, is certain to prevail. But unless he can do this, he runs 1,000 dangers, as did the Venetians in the year 1508, who, could they have temporized with the French, and so got time to conciliate some of those who had combined against them, might have escaped the ruin which then overtook them. But not possessing such a strong army as would have enabled them to temporize with their enemies, and consequently not having the time needed for gaining any to their side, they were undone. Yet we know that the Pope, as soon as he had obtained what he wanted, made friends with them, and that Spain did the like, and that both the one and the other of these powers would gladly have saved the Lombard territory for themselves, nor would, if they could have helped it, have left it to France, so as to augment her influence in Italy. The Venetians, therefore, should have given up a part to save the rest, and had they done so at a time when the surrender would not have seemed to be made under compulsion, and before any step had been taken in the direction of war, it would have been a most prudent course, although discreditable and probably of little avail after the war had begun. But until the war broke out, few of the Venetian citizens recognized the danger, fewer still the remedy, and none ventured to prescribe it. But to return to the point whence we started, I say that the same safeguard for their country which the Roman Senate found against the ambition of the tribunes in their number is within reach of the prince who is attacked by many adversaries, if he only know to use prudently those methods which promote division.